The NFL Combine is an invite-only opportunity for college players from across the country to put on tight shirts and tight shorts to do the professional version of your elementary school's field day. This yearly event is a staple in the NFL calendar, marking the official start of the NFL draft season and gives fans something to grasp onto and talk about endlessly until we finally get to the draft. After the Combine, we critique players' arm length and hand size. We drool over RAS scores, and we always see flips, like a ton of flips. The Combine is often called the biggest job interview of a football player's life. But a select few players had the opportunity to do this job interview well into their NFL career. I'm talking about the NFL Veteran Combine. Yes, many may not remember the beauty that was the Veteran Combine. Held on March 22nd, 2015 in Tempe, Arizona, the Veteran Combine was a chance for a group of free agents ranging from veterans to players just 1 year out of college to try to impress scouts and make it onto an NFL roster. In theory, this sounds like a good idea. Give a group of players who at one point were considered NFL prospects the shot of proving their place in the league. But what actually happened was nothing short of a disaster. But it deserves to be remembered. So let's take a trip down memory lane. It's springtime in Arizona, and there are 107 players that the NFL has chosen to participate in the inaugural Veteran Combine. It's a 90-degree day with a blaring Arizona sun, and Shahid Paulhill, a defensive lineman who played college ball at Temple, has been awake for 31 hours straight after getting a rental car to make it to the Cardinals practice facility in Tempe. After paying a $400 application fee and paying for everything to get down to Arizona, he had a 40-minute workout to try to impress front office representatives from all 32 NFL teams, even including a few general managers. The Veteran Combine brought together a truly mixed bag of players. For example, we had Takashi Kurihara, a wide receiver from Japan who played with the IBM Big Blue of Japan's X League. We also had Brady Quinn, the former Notre Dame quarterback who hadn't seen live NFL action since his time with the Chiefs in 2012, where he put up 1,100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions in 10 games. This event was truly seen as an opportunity to find a diamond in the rough, or a useful depth piece, or even a special teams edition. So let's first take a look at the staple Combine event, the 40-yard dash. Representing the running back group, we had names like Felix Jones and Michael Bush. Jones played 6 years in the NFL at that point, mainly with the Cowboys, where in those 6 years he put up nearly 3,000 yards and 11 touchdowns, even finishing the 2009 season as the NFL yards per carry leader. Bush was also in the league for 6 years prior to the Veteran Combine, putting up 3,250 yards and 29 touchdowns during that time. Both of these guys were established pros with pretty decent production at the NFL level, so they have to be pretty quick, right? Well, according to this picture from Ian Rappaport, both of these guys had pretty quick 40 times, for lineman standards. Jones' first attempt was a 4.79, while Bush's first attempt was a 4.96. A 4.96 as a running back. Usually, I'm not a guy that likes to judge prospects for their 40 times, but I think you kind of have to in this instance. And I don't want to be mean. A 4.96 is faster than I could run right now, but Bush even said after learning that he ran a 4.91 on his second attempt, "You gotta be kidding me. 4.91? There you go. There goes my career." And this isn't just to pile on those two guys. And there was talk that one of the guys invited to the Combine ran a 40 in just under 6 seconds, which brought laughs, but the slow times became a theme for the day and eventually started confusing media and players alike. Now, okay, in all of these players' defense, for the NFL Draft Combine, those players get specialty training to perform well in specific combine drills, so their bodies are used to executing those specific motions. And I'm sure many of these players hadn't done any real type of sprint work since their draft combine days. There were a couple of quicker 40s though, like from former Jags receiver Nathan Slaughter, who ran a 4.55, which earned him the honor of being the first Veteran Combine player to get a job from this event after signing with the Cardinals, but was unfortunately waived 2 months later. And there was a lot of discourse on the accuracy of the lasers being used at this event, with scouts unanimously saying that Michael Sam had run his 40 under 5 seconds, even though he was listed as running a 5+ second 40-yard dash. Of course, The 40 is always the most notable event, but players also went through position drills, and there were players that did stand out, relatively speaking. According to Daniel Jeremiah, Mike Kafka was a quarterback that stood out throwing the ball during the combine, along with Tyler Wilson, the all-time passing yards leader for the Razorbacks, who also displayed a strong arm and told the media that the veteran combine was an awesome opportunity to get out here and continue to pursue what, for all of us, is a dream to continue to play football. And there was a consistent word being used while watching and reading on this event: closure. A lot of the players that attended this event were seeking out a sense of closure on their career and thought that the veteran combine would be the last effort that they give in trying to chase their NFL dream. All in all, only 2 of the veteran combine participants were active on an NFL roster by week 1 of the 2015 NFL season: linebacker Brandon Copeland and tight end Ifeanyi Moma. The veteran combine was canceled the following year, citing a lack of player interest. And it's a tough sell trying to get players to pay an application fee on top of travel and lodging expenses to participate in a 40-minute workout. Reception after the event in 2015 was poor, and visitors to the event walked away with a unanimous thought: that was sad. But also, if you're going to the veteran combine event as a fan, you're a sicko, and you probably need to find more hobbies. Now, the NFL did bring this program back in 2017, rebranded as a Pro Player Combine, with a heavier focus on younger players, more specifically on players who signed their first NFL contract in 2014, 2015, or 2016, or had their most recent contract waived or expired during the 2016 league year. But the funny thing is, I literally could not find anything about what actually happened during this event, and I don't believe the Pro Player Combine was picked up in the following year. So I just have to assume that the event was canceled once again due to poor results. But most likely, like all things NFL, the veteran combine was canceled because it didn't bring in enough revenue. Every single NFL event throughout the calendar year generates revenue, from the regular NFL combine to the draft to, of course, games played across the world. And I'm convinced that if for some reason the veteran combine was well attended in that first year, Roger Goodell would have continued the event regardless of how disappointing the performances were.